Hello and welcome to Krikkit, the island of Krikkit. This is a short video tour of Krikkit, and let's start off with the map. Here it is, my grand terraforming map. As you can see, on the left side we have Robot Hero, and on the right side we have Moai. Let's head out of the airport, take a look. As you enter the island, you are greeted by Robot Hero. In fact, 3 Robot Heroes surrounding the museum, which let's start there. So, right around here, up this little hill, we've got our museum with some fossils, some park benches, Robot Heroes. That's it for the museum. Down here, we've got a 4th Robot Hero, 5th Robot Hero, 6th Robot Hero, 7th Robot Hero. Got the Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny. We've got Robot Heroes number 8 and 9, and Robot Heroes number 10 and 11. If you're wondering why I have 11 giant white robots guarding my town, look up Krikkit, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That is what this town is named after. From the book Life, the Universe, and Everything. As you can see, it's Saturday, so we've got KK Slider playing for the town residents. So, here we've got the town. Nestled in between the Robot Hero and the Moai in the valley. Got all 10 of our residents' houses here. Some of them have neat little stuff in their backyard. You can see here, kind of nestled into the cliff, we've got one of the little garden gnomes. All 8 of the garden gnomes varieties are hidden throughout the town here in the valley. One thing that I tried to do here in the town is actually create a little bit of an organic feel, like it's been here for a long time, and it's something that just sort of grew up organically over this long period of time. So there's no real town grid, the path kind of just meanders around. All the individual houses are not aligned with the ones next to them. That's very intentional. You see in that backyard there, we've got some bamboo furniture that I crafted over here in front of this house, Bertha's house. We've got a park bench. We've got some knight's armor. We've got a tiny library here behind Phoebe's house. I painted that thing red. Matches her house nicely. Here in Puck's house is right next to a ramp that goes up to the Robot Hero. Over here in front of Tammy's house, we've got another little library, just some books sitting on top of a little end table. Thought that was kind of nice. And as we head up north to the last few houses, we've got the fawn named Bo, who lives here. And then our last house here is Margie. Let's talk to her. Yeah, we keep running into each other, sure enough. Really? Do you though? I've never seen you pick a weed. Yep, okay. Yeah, what if, indeed. So behind Bo's house, we've got a little island in the river that I created just to hold my house. And the other human players, my daughter, and you can see over on the right here. I'm gonna head over there right now. Her house is also on a little island in the middle of the river. And these islands are really close to the shore, so you just can jump right over to them. We don't need bridges because I didn't want to have to use up that much space. Right through here, as we head up through the north, we've got a nice little park area again with a bench and the clock, Red's Beach, and let's walk along the north shore, past the giant teddy bear, past that pear tree with some flowers. A lot of the space around the perimeter of the island is still pretty sparsely decorated. Got a lot of room for improvement there, for sure. There's a reserved plot if my wife ever chooses to join us. Nothing much going on here on the beach. So far, this side anyway, on the west coast, is pretty sparsely decorated. Mainly just this little shell space here. Over here you can see the river. It's wide enough to have fish, at least in parts. There are some parts of the river that are pretty narrow, but I made sure that at least some of it was wide enough to have fish. So let's head up onto the Robot Hero. So here's one of the walkways. Over on the Robot Hero side, it's all red steel staircases, and all of the plants are cedars. And you see with the way that the robot hero is laid out on the map, you can see that the layout kind of ends up being a little bit like a maze. So there's not a lot going on over here. We've got some industrial decor, oil barrels. Here we've got the steel and wood meeting tables and the rocket lamps. Up at the top here, we've got some various techie stuff. You can see I've put out an electronics kit on top of a cart. Got our UFO. Now up here we're getting to the brains of the robot. So it's, there's a science kit here, a little plasma lamp, and then the brains. We got another rocket ship, lunar lander, bunch of servers. This is the robot's brains. And up here, let's actually jump onto the robot's head. You can see right up here in his head, he's got servers for brains. Another little effects kit, another electronics kit. And that's it, that's pretty much the whole robot hero. Over here again, some more industrial stuff. Steel I-beams, various barrels. Let's head down back through the valley, through the village, and jump up onto the moai. Hey Tammy, what's up? Alright, so as we approach over here, we can see the moai side has more of the hardwood trees and fruit trees and a stone motif going on. So we got the stone lion dogs, the stone archway, and the fire on the torches. And of course, it's a moai, so we gotta have some moai. So all along the side there. Got some stones as well as some fossils also on this side. Got a little stone pond, another little stone pond. We got Stonehenge. Very stone heavy on this side. Garden stone, mossy garden stone, another mossy garden stone. And up here we've got, this is my little money tree orchard, I guess you could say. It's marked off with a little money bag and the stone stool there. And head up here, we're going up to the moai eyes. And this tiny little stretch here, this little section here is my only high river large enough to have fish. And there is at least one kind of fish that only appears on a high river, high elevation river. So I had to make sure that I included that somewhere in my map. We go all the way to the top of the moai, all the way at the top of his head. And as you can see up here, there's a stone table, kind of a little meeting space with some lanterns. And oh my, looks like we have a monster attack underway up there. But the bamboo, I put it all on the top of his head. It kind of looks like hair maybe. Just kind of a fun little thing. So we cross back down here, we've got our orchard. We've got our oranges, decorated with the orange furniture, the box, the flowers, our peaches, the pink box, peach box and the pink flowers. We've got our apples up here, along with a bunch of red flowers. Another fossil. Heading through the peaches, down to the cherries. This cherry speaker gem in the original Animal Crossing tune. Forest life, that's what it's called. Over here are pears, and I do not have green flowers yet. I'm currently working on hybridizing some green mums, which are the only green flowers in the game. And we put our campsite up here just next to the orchard, and the reason for that is, if you noticed when I pulled up the map earlier, I'll pull it up again here, is that I put the campsite there to try to appear sort of like an earring on the bottom of the moai. So that's kind of like the bottom of his ear, and the campsite is sort of his earring. But that was a fun little touch. I also actually tried to use the inclines as sort of decor in various places. You can see I used one right where his sort of mouth would go. The other two are not really decor on the moai. And then on the robot hero, you can see one of the inclines is where his left hand would be, and then the other two are kind of like matching shoulder plates. So tried to integrate the inclines into the design a little bit. And finally, let's head back down and finish the beach tour real quick, and then we'll be done. So down here, I've got a little hangout space with a big bonfire and some log benches and torches, a little ukulele people can play. Oh, one thing, if you didn't know, the robot heroes are pretty fun. Actually, let me go to one that's facing us over here real quick before I leave this area. And you can customize the robot heroes. When you craft one, they turn out white, but you can customize them to any of 8 different colors. It costs 50 customization kits, which, let me tell you, is real fun to buy in the shop when you can only buy 5 at a time. Not. So yeah, not a whole lot going on the beach. You can see we've got more moai here. And if you're wondering why they're all facing inland, that's because on Easter Island, where the real life moai are, that is how they face. They all face inland, towards the villages. At least that's how they were originally placed. Most of the moai were toppled in real life over time. And the ones that are standing up now have all been restored by people in modern times. So yeah, that's it. We've got our sea creature fossil here coming up out of the water. I thought that was a nice touch. And that's pretty much the whole town. There's Godzilla again, which also is interactive, if you didn't know that. Look at the fire breathing. Love that. It's especially impressive at night. There's Puck doing some riverside workouts. Another little pear orchard here. And we're back to Red's Beach and my house. So there you go. There's a tour of Krikkit. Sit back down on this bench, pop up our map. The landscaping to do this took me about 16 days. That's because there's 16 buildings and every single one of them had to move one time. I did manage to plan it out so none of them had to move twice, so that was good. But since you can only move one building per day, spread out the whole plan over 16 days. And also involved destroying 3 different bridges and all my inclines and building all new bridges and inclines. So fortunately there was a little bit less than 16 of those. So you're able to move one house and either destroy or build one bridge or incline each day. So got the whole thing done in 16 days. Not counting, of course, all the decor and everything, just the landscaping and moving all the buildings and stuff. But there you go, that's Krikkit with the Valley Village in between the robot hero and the moai, guarded by the 11 white robots at the entrance. Thanks for watching.